Yo, welcome back to Fire and Water Cooking. I'm Darren, of course, and today I'm going to do something I know I haven't done on the channel yet before. We're going to do turkey burgers, and these are going to be a little bit different than probably what you normally see on YouTube. We're going to actually do them sous vide, and I'm going to tell you why when we get this thing going. But we're going to use some of my seasonings here. We're going to use my blueberry and black garlic seasoning, my black garlic and herb compound butter seasoning, and we're going to use our triple B sauce, which is blueberry, balsamic, and black garlic in a couple different ways. We're going to add moisture to the burger, and we're also going to use it in an aioli to finish it off. I'll be right back, guys. Show you how we're going to get this all put together.
Smoking, grilling, getting hot and hotter, sous vide and chilling from fire and water.
Alright guys, I'm back and I got my mise en place ready to go, which just means I got all my ingredients ready. So what we're going to do first, like I said, we're going to sous vide these for about an hour. I got the sous vide circulator going already, rated at 145 degrees. Now what that's going to allow us to do, guys, is cook these burgers pretty much all the way through at a really low temperature before we sear them up on the flat top griddle here. So it's going to make it so those burgers, when we throw them on there, are just going to get seared up really quick. They're not going to lose a lot of their juices. Cooking them at that lower temperature for an hour is going to cook it all the way through, and it's not going to allow a lot of that moisture to come out of the burger, because once you start getting at the hotter temperature, like 150, 160, that's when more moisture will leave the protein. But cooking it to 145, it's going to make it so it gets cooked all the way through. We'll be able to sear it up really nice without getting all that moisture out. So first of all, we got to mix up our turkey. I'm just go ahead and dump them right in. Throw that in the garbage. So I'm going to add to that, guys, is really simple. Half a cup of, or actually it's a third of a cup of breadcrumbs. You can use unseasoned, seasoned. I'm using seasoned. I'm going to go ahead and add about 2 tablespoons or so teriyaki sauce, and this is going to give us some moisture and a little sweetness, a little umami. Then I'm going to add about I'm going to do maybe about a quarter of a cup of the blueberry and black garlic triple B sauce here, and that's going to do a couple things as well. It's going to add some umami, some moisture, and some sweetness. It's about a quarter cup, not too much. I'm not going to go crazy because we're going to make a aioli with this after the fact to serve it up the burger. I'm going to add 1 egg, and that's going to tighten up so it's not really mushy. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of my blueberry and black garlic seasoning into the meat. We're also going to put some on top of the burger when we're cooking it, and a little bit of my black garlic and herb compound butter seasoning. About a little over a tablespoon of both. You can do more, you can do less. I'll do a little bit more of the blueberry and black garlic. And that's it, guys. We're going to go ahead and mix this up. I'm going to use a fork here to mix it, and then I'm going to patty it up with my hands. Now, if this is turkey is usually a lot more loose than ground beef. It's got a lot more water in it usually. So if you feel you need a little bit more breadcrumbs, you can add a little bit more. You just don't want to add too much because it will suck up a lot of the moisture and make it dry out, even though you're cooking it sous vide. All right, guys, I want to get this mixed up. I'll be right back.
All right, guys, time to patty them up, and it's pretty easy. I got a lid here from an old Costco purchase that I use, and I usually ball up about a third of a pound, and I take 2 pieces of parchment and just press it out just like that. And I finish it up, make sure it's not really loose. Stick them in the bag. This bag will fit 4. Just make sure you're really careful about putting them in the bag here. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to use my vacuum sealer so it doesn't really squish these down too much when I put them in the bag.
All right, guys, so like I said, normally what you do here, if you're using a chamber sealer, you just lower the amount of time that it's vacuum sealing. But you also want to make sure you have all your filler plates in that you can, so that you can remove as much air as possible. So I got this set to 15 seconds for the vacuum, and about 1.5 seconds for the sealing, which is always going to be good. 2 seconds for cooling, and that's it. So all I got to do now is just close this down. I'm going to go ahead and let this go. So 15 seconds should be enough time for it to pull a good amount of the air out, so it doesn't really do too bad of a job on our turkey burgers here. All right, let's see how they did. You can do the same thing if you're using a regular vacuum sealer by using the pulse function and just take as little bit out as possible. See, guys, did a really good job. Didn't squish them too bad. Did just a little bit, but I could always reset it down to 10 seconds if I needed to. But it took all the air out, sealed it up. These are ready to go in the sous vide bath. I'll be back. All right, guys, my sous vide is up to temp. It's already starting to count down, so I'm gonna go ahead and put my burgers in. So it shouldn't be an issue with the time. Get my book out of the way here. Move my rack. Got a pack of 2 and a pack of 4. Put my rack back in. That's it. These should be done right at about an hour. Then we'll sear them up.
All right, when those burgers are cooking in the sous vide, I'm going to whip up the aioli. So I'm using about 1/2 cup of Hellmann's. You can use any mayonnaise you want. And about 3 tablespoons of the triple B sauce, which is blueberry, black garlic, and balsamic. It's going to have an awesome flavor profile. You can also use the hot triple B sauce if you want, with a little spice to it. I'm just using the regular. But the sweetness of the blueberries, the tartness of the balsamic, and the black garlic savory, it's going to be perfect with this. All right, guys, it's been right at an hour. It's time to get those burgers out of the sous vide bath. I'm going to go ahead and take them out. Show them to you right here. Pat them dry, get them seared up. I'll be back.
Here you have it. That's what they look like when they're out of the sous vide. So it does get some of that moisture out of there, but it tightens them up, as you can tell. Those patties look ready to be cooked. I'm just going to try to get as much of that moisture off the surface as possible, so I can get a nice Maillard reaction.
All right, my buns are already toasted. I got the hotter side of the grill going. Put a little oil down just to give it a little bit of a chance to get a nice crispy Maillard reaction there. Doesn't take long. Just gonna go ahead and flip these over, put some cheese on it, get this starting to melt, put my lid on just for a couple seconds to get the cheese to melt, and they're done. All right, let's go ahead and get these off the grill, see how they turned out.
All right, guys. Whew. It is hot out here today. It's still summertime here in Florida. So it's about 90 degrees out here on my patio. So we're gonna go ahead and patty. I think I'm gonna patty up the one of my pepper jacks here. Get this bigger one. I'm gonna go ahead and put it right on the bun. I'm gonna show you my triple B aioli. I'm gonna go ahead and put that right on there. I'm gonna use some pickled red onions. Gonna get a nice snap to that, nice kick. A little lettuce. And that's it. That's what we got. I'm going to go ahead and take a bite of that. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and cut this right in half so you guys can see what this looks like. Check it out. Cooked all the way through. Looks like it's going to work for me. Yeah, buddy. Time to taste it up. Take a big bite of this one right here. Tell you what, got the sweetness, the tanginess, a little bit of a kick from the balsamic. The onions work really well with this, guys. Check it out. Sous vide burgers, especially turkey burgers, super juicy, not dried out at all. You're gonna have to try it, guys. Thanks for watching. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram. Check out Fire and Water Cooking Edible Creations on the Fire and Water Cooking website and our Fire and Water Cooking Shopify store. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.